All right, folks, what's happening? What's going on? Well, first thing I have to say, happy birthday to my big sister Amanda, who's the chat moderator, as always. So today's her birthday, so pretty cool. Anyway, what's going on? Enrique, Joyce, Elias. Is AEME still here? What's happening? Andre, what's going on? So, got a pretty cool subject today. This is like a random photo I found. I was looking at like architecture photos and stuff, and what does the moderator do? They moderate. They kick people out, man. They put people in timeout if they're acting up, you know what I'm saying? We get some douchebags in here from time to time. You got to handle them. But yeah, I found this photo. I was looking at I just typed in like architecture or something, and this photo popped up. So I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Let's try to, it's something. I would say it's something different, but I've kind of already painted like the Arc de Triomphe. But this is like. I'm pretty sure there's some kind of Roman arch somewhere. I don't particularly exactly know where, but I'm sure somebody out there does. And maybe they're in the chat, I don't know. But yeah, I thought this would be just something cool, man, something different. Mix it up a little bit. And if you haven't checked out your subscription page today, I got a bunch. I already scheduled all the live streams for this week, so everything's ready to go. Everybody's always wondering, when are you going to do the live streams? When is this happening? Well, now you know. Go to your subscriptions page. You got 5 of them already, or 4 of them now already scheduled, ready to go. You can see what I'm going to be doing this week. I've been meaning to do that for so many weeks, like schedule it and get it ready to go. And I kept forgetting. Finally was able to do it. I think I made it a little small, but let's just roll with it. Let's roll with it. It could be a little bit taller up here, but let's roll with it right now. Not too mad at it. Hey, what's happening? What's going on? Any good advice or tips on this process of a drawing, the lay-in process, the sketching phase? I mean, exactly. You just answered your question. You know what I mean? Like, just do a sketch, nothing too... You basically do as much of a drawing that you need, that's going to get you, everyone's different. It's kind of like, it's kind of hard for me to even give any kind of tip or anything, because it's, for me, I don't try to do, depending on the subject, I don't do like a super detailed sketch, like it depends on if I'm doing like buildings or something, or if I'm doing a portrait, or it depends on the subject. But everyone's different, so you got to know yourself pretty much. You got to know how much you're going to need. If drawing isn't your strong suit, like if you're not very confident with drawing, then you might need more drawing in the beginning. Like me, I'm pretty confident with my drawing, so I know I can sketch this in pretty quickly, pretty loosely, and I know that I can modify my drawing with the paint. Holding the pencil far back, keeping it loose. I'm going way in depth, and you just meant like really basic stuff like that. Yeah, hold your pencil far back, but for me, I feel confident with my drawing, so I can do the drawing with the paint for the most part. Like if I really had to, like if I didn't have a pencil, like if I was out somewhere Like if I was doing a plein air sketch, I forgot like my pencil or something, like I could do the whole thing with just paint. Because I've been drawing for so many years, and like I'm confident that I would be able to do that. And some people may not feel that confident, may not be able to do that. So it just depends on. But yeah, hold your pencil far back, obviously. I mean, that's that's super basic, man. That's like, I always forget to talk about that kind of stuff because it's so natural to me. Like, duh, hold your pencil far back. Like, if you're holding it way up here, it's going to be hard to do. It's harder to get sketches and stuff. But if you hold it, in the middle, it's so much easier to just do quick strokes and stuff. But yeah, this doesn't need to be super detailed. I'm just kind of indicating some stuff. Anything that can help me learn the basics. Yeah. Videos, books. I mean, go look up drawing basics. I mean, I have a ton of basic videos on my channel. There's a ton of other YouTubes out there that have basic videos. I mean, it's out there, man. You just got to find them. It's out there everywhere. There's so many basic videos. It's insane. It's insane that people still want me to make tutorials because there's so many tutorials already out there that are so good. It's like, what do you guys want? I mean, how much more can I put out there? Like, it's kind of, it's crazy. I mean, I got a plan. I'm going to do a whole bunch more, but it's just funny that like, there's so much already out there. You can literally find anything. And there's people that do really high quality stuff, more high quality and better than me. But some people just like the way that I explain things, so they want me to do it. Which, okay, makes sense, I get it. So I'm just doing some of the shadow shapes now, because that's kind of important. Trying to get those in there. But this is pretty loose, like, we'll figure out where the trees are gonna go. I don't want much back here. I'll kind of minimize whatever is. I'll put something in there just to kind of show continuity and stuff, give a little more depth, but I don't want a whole bunch in there. Even with this foreground, I'm not really sure what to do. Like maybe I'll make some kind of path that kind of comes, zigzags around or something. I don't know. I'm not really, I'm not going to make it super obvious, but and this will all just be random greenery and stuff. If you guys see the reference photo, like see there's like barriers in front of it, and this was actually a vertical photo, and I completely photoshopped it. If you guys look at the edges of the photo, like off to the left side of it, you can see this hard line at the bottom where the photo is like, it's just duplicated, and I just photoshopped it a little bit to make it a horizontal, because I wanted it, I like painting horizontal with these live streams mostly if I can. Yeah, no, and I've made all kinds of different videos in the past. Like there's some like my attitude is like I just seem like angry like making the video and stuff. And some people are turned off by it, and then other times I try to make more calm videos and stuff. It just depends on the mood I was in. Because sometimes people would ask me a question, and it's like, man, I've already answered this like so many times, and I go and make a video and I'm like showing them like, look, it's very simple. Like there's nothing, like color mixing. Like it's not that hard, man. Red and blue make green. Red and orange, yellow, red and yellow make, whatever. I don't even know what I just said there. Yellow and blue make green, red and yellow makes orange, blah, blah, blah. It's simple, very simple stuff. It's out there, man. It's out there. But I understand, like, people don't know that stuff, and I just got to be more patient. But that's something I've learned over the years. All right, well, it's probably good enough for right now. It's not like the greatest painting, not the greatest composition or anything, but whatever. Actually, you know, I'm gonna make this thing taller right now. Let's just do it because it just looks soft to me. I just need to make it just a bit taller, just to make me feel good, be happy. Here we go. See, man, just keep stuff simple. Keep things simple. But yeah, I think, let's see, in this part, this is all in shadow too. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, I really liked it for the shadow patterns as well. So yeah, that looks better, I think, somewhat. Some of the, you know, the lines, the perspective's a little off, but whatever. We can, we'll work with it. I don't want to get too crazy about it. We're just having fun today. All right, let's lighten this up because it's kind of dark. It's a little dark. I don't want it to show through too much in the paint because this is a lighter subject. You know, it's not very dark. I want to try to really experiment with colors today as well. So this one's just strictly for fun. I mean, they all kind of are, but this one really I want to experiment a little bit. So, did I get a haircut? Yeah, actually, I gave myself a haircut like today, like an hour ago. It was getting long, so I cut my beard, cut my hair. Is that a Roman arc? Yeah. Well, I don't know where it is, to be honest. I have no idea. I think it is. There's a bunch of Roman arches, and they're all over Europe, I believe. You know, when I went to England, they had a bunch of Roman stuff there while I was in England. So their empire was all over. Yeah, so today I got my Schaefer Art shirt on. Check it out, folks. So the only problem with this one is it's a small and it's a little, it fits my body perfectly, but the arms are just it feels too short for me. Shows off too much of my guns, you know what I'm saying? I just don't like how it fits. So I need to buy a medium, but that's just me personally. All right, so check it out. We got my paint already wet, so I'm gonna mix up, I mean, really basic, just ultramarine blue, sky color, maybe some cobalt teal in this thing, maybe some viridian too, maybe some yellow ochre, you know, whatever. We'll throw a bunch of stuff in there. But before I actually start putting the sky on, I think I want to do a wet into wet sky. Because I want some cloud shapes in this, or like maybe. I think I want some subtle cloud shapes. We want a really light sky. So let's wet the paper first. Even though I still have some paint on my brush, let's try to get this paint off. All right, now wet the sky here. So I'm just using clean water, even though it's a little dirty. It kind of has a little bit of blue in it already, but it's not a big deal because I'm going to paint the sky anyway. This is for all the people that always complain that I never do wet into wet enough or whatever. So here it is. Trying to do some wet into wet. So just go back into that blue mixture I was making. Let's see what happens here. I want the sky to be pretty light, pretty light. Let's see if we can get this to run a little bit. I'm just gonna lift it up. There we go. Oh, forgot behind the arch. That's important. I'm sure somebody's pointing that out right now, and I just saw it myself already. So I'm making the sky a little bit green as it gets towards the bottom. So it's like cobalt teal mixed with yellow ochre. And the reason I'm doing that is because usually, you know, when you see the sky, it's like ultramarine blue. It gets more and more blue as you look straight up. But then as you go down toward the horizon, you know, you get this, you get a much more, you know, pollution filled kind of sky with like yellows and green and stuff. So we'll see what that ends up looking like. You know, hopefully I didn't make it too light, but it's all good. It looks pretty good to me. Let's see if we can soften some of this. I want to put in some of these bushes because I want them to bleed into the sky as well. So if I can get some of these bushes in here, that would be good. Yep, there we go. Bruce pointed it out. There's a little bit of sky in the archway as well. Yep, I got it. I saw it. What brush am I using? Yeah, there's a link to it. It's a quill brush, number 8 Princeton Neptune quill, or a mop, you know, whatever they call it. I don't know. They call it a bunch of different stuff. Can't believe all my paint already dried. I sprayed it before the stream started. Dries so quickly in my apartment. All right, let's see if we can mix up just ultramarine blue, yellow ochre. Let's get some kind of darkish green. I want to see if we can get this to bleed into the sky slightly. Get some soft edges there, but I don't want flat color, so I'm gonna get some alizarin crimson, some ultramarine blue, cadmium red. Try to get like some warmer colors in here too, just to mix it up. And some purples. You know, just some different stuff. Because I'm going to go back over this probably with like some darker greens and everything. And I can always go more opaque because I have cadmium. The cadmium yellow on my palette is very opaque. So if I need to, I can go back over that. So I'm not afraid to use some of the watercolor a bit more opaquely as well. I'm just going to warm it up with yellows as it gets towards this grass. You guys are probably like, what the heck are you doing? Yeah, like I said, I'm experimenting with getting some interesting colors today. Thanks, Cubs Win. You like the plein air adventures? Yeah, those are all pretty old that I've been putting up. I'm trying to catch that channel up to where I'm at now on my current channel, and I'm going to try to transition, you know, that new plein air adventure channel to be where the plein air adventures are from now on. That's my goal. But I appreciate it. Glad you're watching. I saw you over there commenting, I believe. A few people over there. Yeah, here's my humidifier right here. That's my humidifier. I can spray the paper if I need to, and I can spray my palette if it dries. So I'm not too worried. So I'm paying attention. I'm trying to pay attention to the colors I'm using and the colors that I've been using. And I kind of want to keep, you know, only using those particular colors throughout this whole thing. Because that'll give me a little bit of, harmony in this scene. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep this thing pretty harmonious, hopefully. I'm just kind of I'm just playing around with this foreground. I don't really know what's going on here, but you know, I didn't want it to be too obvious that it was a trail, but it kind of became pretty obvious. We'll just melt all that a bit. So I'm liking how this is going so far. It's pretty colorful, it's pretty different, it's pretty vibrant. Cubs win. That's old videos. So that's my ex-girlfriend. Now I live alone. Now it's just me and little buddy here, Kitty. Yeah, I have a channel now dedicated to the plein air adventures. So Bruce, I've not seen any of Tony Couch's watercolor. I have not seen any of his stuff. I use Arch's 140-pound cold press watercolor paper. So just Google that. You'll find it. You know, Jerry's Artorama or Dick Blick or wherever. How exactly do you get that washy, almost dotty texture? I'm not sure what you mean. Like this? You do the colors. You put the paint down while the paper is wet, and that's what you end up getting. It's like granulation and stuff, and wet into wet, it kind of merges together. Okay, cool. I think I caught up on everything there. So what I'm going to do now is put this thing in the background maybe. I'll try to create some kind of depth here. Make it blue, cool it off. Throw some purple in there. I wanted that to be soft too, so let's see if I can soften that real quick without making it bigger like I'm doing, unfortunately. All right. We can kind of merge it with this shadow here on this archway anyway. But there'll be a difference in temperature. This will be much warmer inside the arch. So now I just got to figure out what to do now. What's the name of the other channel? It's called Plein Air Adventures. If you just go to my YouTube channel, like you click my little icon on my name, Schaefer Art, you'll see featured channels on the side, and that's all my other channels. I have like watercolor sketching, which I haven't put any videos up yet, and I made a Plein Air Adventures channel. It's called Plein Air Adventures. And right now I'm uploading 5 videos a day. So if you don't want to be bothered by that, don't subscribe yet. I'm catching up. I have 117 episodes to catch up with, 116. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Trying to catch up to this channel, and I'm going to switch over. No more Plein Air Adventures on this channel, maybe a couple more, but I'm going to promote the other channel. Anybody wants to watch Plein Air Adventures, go subscribe to the other channel. I know it's a pain, but I'm segmenting things up now, so it just has to be that way. Okay, well, it looks like so there's 3 different values on this arch I can break down. So if we look at the reference photo real quick, folks, so we have the lights, and then we have the reflected light, like the shadows, but the shadows that are very light, and then we have kind of underneath the archway and right around the archway, there's a very dark accent. And you could say there's like a mid-tone in some of the lights, so maybe I can put that on. I'll glaze that once I do the shadows and stuff. So breaking down the values, just keep it real simple like that. That's what I'm going to try to do. So an overall kind of shadow tone, which will be really cool because it's reflecting the sky. Some areas could be warm because they're reflecting like the ground. But I'll try to keep most of it like blue and purple and stuff like that. We'll just play around with it. I can warm some areas up. You know, gonna experiment here. We can make some of it green as it gets towards the earth, you know, reflecting up the grass. We'll just see what happens. So I probably could be using a smaller brush right now, but I do like how much water this one holds. So now I'm going to mix up. See, now I can change up my mixture, put a little more blue into it. So I got to pay attention to the corner right here, and then shadow that goes up like that. Okay, I gotta be careful here. Wasn't paying attention. Now I can mix some warm into that. See, and mix up that little bit of warm in there really makes it makes it more dynamic, it really changes the, you know, it just adds something to it, you know, something different. And I'm trying not to like fill everything in, you know, you want to leave little white spaces and lines and stuff, you know, you can kind of suggest certain lines, and there's all different kinds of things going on. So I don't want to like just completely fill everything in, because then it gets kind of boring, and I don't want this to get like stale, kind of bland. You know, I want it to be interesting. I want the colors to be moving. Because this is the focal point, you know, so I want some interesting things happening here. Yeah, my Plein Air Adventure channel, I mean, I already have all those episodes that I'm uploading there, they're already on this channel. Like they've already been on this channel. So like you can go back and find them on this channel too. Like they're nothing new right now. they're only new if you haven't been on this channel for the last few years. Then they're a bit new. So I'm gonna go down this side. I'm gonna warm it up as it goes down. Maybe we can put some green into it or something. I don't know, let's try. Warm up parts of it. But I gotta be careful here because I gotta work quickly because I don't want any like harsh lines. You know, at the top here it's okay for all that to be harsh, but it's all gonna have to meld. So actually right under here, it gets a bit warmer. Right under here. So more like alizarin crimson and transparent red oxide. I hope I went down a little too far, but it's alright. We'll just modify the shapes a bit. So I'm trying to be careful, be mindful of where the shadows are. But also just pay attention to the colors, you know, I don't want to like I said, I don't want it to get too boring, too stagnant. Like that's kind of stagnant. I can put some, because I know it's going to be warm under here, so, and darker. So I can just go ahead and add a little bit of warmth right now. I can go back into some purple. I'm just really playing around today, folks. We're just experimenting here. But I kind of like what's happening. It's pretty cool. Okay. Making good progress here. Let's change up the color, Keep jumping around too much. So that's a pretty cool value. You know, it has this shadow effect, and it'll really pop once I put in the darker shadowing. But this one's pretty colorful, pretty different. Let me turn this value down for you guys. There we go. Yeah, I went on and did painting in the smoke back in 2018. Yeah, it's true. Yep, same thing happening this year, and I haven't gone out that much because of it. I'm working flat, no incline right now. Completely flat. It's just on a table. I normally do work on an incline. If you see over here behind me, that's usually what I work on. It's about 30 degrees. It's normally what how I usually work, but I'm just adding like little tiny, you know, there's all kinds of little things going on. So I'm trying to think of big, you know, the big shapes, medium, and then small shapes, and that's what's gonna try to bring everything together. So hopefully I can do some nice dry brushing lines, because everything right now is very wet and you know, crisp, kind of wet, like smooth and then crisp. So I need like some dry brushing. I need some texture as well to kind of just give it something a little different, you know. And just dry some of this real quick, because I think I got everything there. I probably could have simplified some of the shadows a bit more, but it's hard to manage everything. But that's what I'm, you know, that's why I'm doing this and practicing all these techniques and talking to you guys at the same time and reading the chat and, you know, trying to make sure I get all the colors, you know, moving. And it's all a process of learning. Because I could have made some of this more simple so it's not too crazy, but you know, it is my focal point, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I'm okay with it working flat. Like I could have it inclined a little bit, but it's not a big deal. It works just fine. Mitchell Scott says, if you had to limit yourself to just 6 colors, which would they be? Yes, I know this is a tough question. It's not too tough, to be honest. I painted with 4 colors for. I painted with 3 or 4 colors for like 5 years. My first 5 years of painting. So like, I would use ultramarine blue, cadmium yellow, alizarin crimson, transparent red oxide, and you know, maybe like viridian. That's what I would use. Ultramarine blue, cadmium yellow, alizarin permanent, transparent red oxide, and viridian. That's what I would use. That's 5 colors. Do I get to pick one more? I would say like a yellow ochre or that cobalt teal, like something strong. But probably yellow ochre. And then white, of course. But why what? Why what? Who, how, when? Hope I didn't miss any questions. Been trying to keep up with you guys, but I had to really focus. Nah, I don't use burnt sienna or burnt umber. I use transparent red oxide. So I really love transparent red oxide for some reason. Ever since I started using it, it's a beautiful color. It's transparent. It's like I love the way it works. I'm just used to using it. I've just been using it for years. But burnt sienna, I don't know, too opaque. There's something about it. I used to use burnt sienna when I first started. And then when I got in transparent red oxide, especially when I was using oil paint, it's such a more beautiful color. Like, let me see if I have a scrap sheet of paper. Like here, I'll show you guys why I love it. I'll show you on this scrap here. Let's turn up the brightness. So and I haven't really used burnt sienna or anything in watercolor. So it could be, maybe I do like those colors. I've just never tried them. But, it's very easy. I love it it's very easy to get colors for trees and stuff. I painted a lot of redwood trees and stuff in the past. So this was my go-to color. You mix white with it and you get amazing. It's perfect for skin tones too. You get skin tones very easily at least with oil paint when you mix it with white and stuff. But it's just I don't know, man. It's just a beautiful color. It's hard to show it on here on the video because this camera sucks. But it's just a beautiful color, and you can get it. I mean, you can get it pretty. It goes really dark, pretty dark, if you use it opaquely. And then you mix it with ultramarine blue, just a little bit of ultramarine blue, and you get an earthy black. I mean, you get a gray, really. You can lighten this up. If I lighten this up, you'll see that it's basically gray. So it's very useful for me. It just makes sense. And I've used it for so long, I just know what mixtures, how to mix with it. I just know how to use it. So for me, I just never wanted to use burnt sienna or burnt umber because I could mix those kinds of colors probably like burnt umber or something. I could mix that color from transparent red oxide and probably blue or something with yellow ochre. I can mix those color. So to me, it's not a big deal, man. It's just a color I'm used to using. And once I got used to using it, I know how it's going to react to all the other colors I have on the palette already. So, it's kind of one of those things, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, it's transparent, it's really vibrant, but then, you can really lighten it up, mix it with yellow ochre. That's what this is, transparent red oxide, yellow ochre. It mixes real well with Viridian as well. If you use it with Viridian, you get some beautiful darks, beautiful mixtures and stuff. It's just, really nice grays. It just works for me, and it stays transparent. So that's why I like it. But that's just me, that's just what I do. I'm wondering if I should add darks. I'll do those later. I think I'll work on this for now, and then we'll see what the rest of the painting needs. Because I may need to go a little bit darker here on the trees and stuff, but we'll see. Yeah, cobalt blue too is nice with it, but I don't use cobalt blue because it's too expensive of a color, to be honest. That's why I stopped using cobalt blue. And cobalt blue is so similar to ultramarine. If you just lighten up ultramarine, it's so I don't know. To me, it seems so similar. It's probably not as similar as I think, but it seems very similar. So I stopped using cobalt. I just use ultramarine as my only blue. Thanks, you guys. It's getting there. Hopefully I can keep this painting pretty fresh. So now I got the lights, we got the shadows. I feel like we need some color on the lights a little bit. I'll probably do like some yellow ochre, a little bit of transparent red oxide, kind of, you know, give it a little bit of warmth, because right now it seems very, it's too bright rather than just being warm. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But now I feel like I could do some dark line work. Transparent red oxide with a little bit of ultramarine blue. Let's see if I can get some dry brushing. Hopefully. My brush seems a little too wet to do that, but I'm going to try. There we go. It's pretty nice. You know, see, if you don't worry about it being too detailed, you just do put a stroke, kind of leave it. Then it comes out pretty nice. Let's see if I can get this part to be a bit darker. Yeah, now we're starting to get some dimension going. I like this. What do you mean Cubs win? Make your greens. Ultramarine blue with cadmium yellow, viridian cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, cobalt teal. Like, I guess there's a lot of ways to make greens. I got too many ways to make greens, to be honest. Okay, let's see. So I kind of lost the drawing here. See, this is where I was saying you want to be confident. If you're confident about your drawing, then you only need a light sketch in the beginning. But see, I covered up my drawing here. So now I got to really pay attention to oh, okay. I have Viridian as the only green on my palette, Viridian, which is pretty strong, pretty cool, and very strong. So I can always just mix it into a gray or green. Like, I can mix up sap green if I wanted to, probably, with cadmium yellow. Between cadmium yellow, viridian, and cobalt teal, I could mix up like sap green, like no problem, probably. But I understand, like, it's probably a convenience color, but it's just not a convenience color that I really need. I find yellow ochre to be way more important as a convenience color. So everybody's different with convenience colors that they use, you know. It's all just personal preference. Okay, so get some nice dry brushing texture in there. 'Cause there's a lot of little things happening here under this. There's like little statues and stuff going on. Just make it look detailed, even though it's really not. Or my painting isn't. My painting is not detailed, but we'll make it look like it has some detail, you know, something like that. Or at least try to. So I can put this dark in here. Try to vary up the edges. I mean, this is like an old arch, you know, so don't want everything to be so perfect looking. All right, so now we're getting some. Oh, could even soften that edge a bit. Oh yeah, cobalt hue. Yeah, similar look without the price. It's true. Purple or magenta? I use alizarin permanent, which is kind of magenta-y, but not really. But then I use ultramarine violet deep, which is a nice kind of a middle kind of purple. It's not too on the red side, not too on the blue side, kind of in the middle. So I can modify it. I can make it more blue with ultramarine. I can make it more red with permanent alizarin. So that's kind of what I use for my. I don't really have like a very strong magenta on my palette, but I don't ever seem like it doesn't ever seem like I really need one. So at this point in my painting journey. Strengthening up some of the first marks I made. Let's see if I can get texture here for some kind of like letters and stuff. So. Okay, well, some sort of Aussie icon. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, Mgram. I use Mgram. Problem is, you can only really find it in the U.S. So, wish I would have softened. This is where wish I would have merged these two shapes together, the grass and the. See if I can do that a little bit. Oh well. Not now, maybe on the next. Maybe next wash or something I can merge those shapes possibly. Well, do I need any more? stuff here? Don't think so. I think it's pretty good. I think maybe try making maybe some of this. Maybe we'll have some midtones. Let's try to do the midtone, like some kind of warmth in the light. Just gonna get some light yellow ochre. What I mean by that is yellow ochre, but just a little, you know, more like watered down. Try to glaze a little bit. See what this looks like. It's probably gonna be really hard for you guys to see. Maybe some transparent red oxide into it as well. Let's see. I don't want to overdo it, but I also feel like the white is like, it's like too much for this, because just looking at my reference, it's not that bright, you know, and it just kind of bothers me. It looks a little, I'm not even sure the word, stagnant or something, or what word am I looking for? It's like a medical term. What's the word? Yeah, I mean, this is really similar to the Arc de Triomphe. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, stark maybe. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you're right. That's the word, but that's not the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to think of I don't know what word I'm thinking of. Yeah, I mean, I did have color to the whole Arc de Triomphe, but that one I could see it did have like more color to it, and it was a different time of the day. Like it was more in the evening, so like it did have this warm light on it anyway. Sterile. That's kind of, is that the right? That's kind of the word I'm looking. It seems like too sterile or something, or that's probably not the word. Maybe stark is the word. I don't know. It's too bright or something, but I think we just needed a little bit more midtones here and there. More towards the, you know, laid on the edges of the shadows a bit. Just see, does that help at all? It also gives it like a little bit of makes it seem older, like this kind of rusty or something, you know. Let's get some transparent red oxide. Lighten that up. Kind of warm it up a bit. Yeah, my reference is a bit more gray, but you know, I'm probably going overboard with this. I wanted to show warm light, so that's what I was trying to do. But I didn't want to do too much of it. I just wanted a little bit touch here and there. I mean, look at my trees, man. They don't match the reference either, you know what I mean? Neither do any of my shadows on my color of my shadows, so you know, I'm going off the deep end here with what I'm doing. I'm just literally just playing around, just seeing what happens. I wish some of these shadows were a bit softer, so I'm going to try to see if I can finesse some of these to be a little softer. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know if it looks good or not, but I'm just trying, you know. I'll learn from this painting, so hopefully. It's always my goal. If it doesn't look good, I'll be like, well, okay, I should have went more gray, you know. In some areas, maybe I did. Maybe I went too much. But, you know, I do like the pure shadow up here. I like that blue. I like, you know, there's things I like about this one. There's things I don't like about it. You know, it's just, I'm learning. Thanks, guys. It's going well, I think. Will you ever get a dog, Brandon? Nope, probably not. Probably not. Painting looks cool just like you. Well, I don't know if I look cool today. I got my hair cut. Look a little cool. Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like I should tone down the colors of the trees and stuff a little bit. I think we need some dark shadows and stuff. I'm kind of not really sure what to do. I think I overdid a little bit here, but you know. But it is what it is. Yeah, let's just try, you know, let's just try, I guess. All I can do is try, right? So yeah, I feel like I overworked. Maybe I'm looking at it too long, but I feel like I overworked it. It's kind of not, it's not as too deep. I didn't want to make it look that detailed. You know, you start putting in little lines and you're like, oh man, it looks really cool, feels good. So usually end up just keep doing it, keep adding. I'm mixing up some color right now, folks. Just trying to figure out what kind of dark I want to do. Like some kind of warm dark, warm greenish dark. Let's just see what happens, you know. Let's just see. You know, I'll leave some of that light there, obviously, because I like the depth and stuff, but let's try to just see if I can see what happens. And one thing I might try to do, I might spray this with the water, a little water sprayer, kind of soften it. Just see what that does. Mix some of this purple too. More purple on this side maybe. I like some of the darks I already have in there, but try to leave some of that. I feel like we just need more. You know, is that doing anything? I don't really know. Alright, so let's hit it with the water real quick, see if that helpful. Because the trees, man, should be pretty soft, you know what I'm saying? So watch that just kind of melt, hopefully. Take a minute. Pretty soft and everything. I can finesse this a little bit too. Okay, let's see. The shadow in the arch could be darker? I mean, that's pretty dark. It's almost just black right there. I don't think I want to go darker than that. If you look at the, you know, it has some, it's not that dark. I made it darker in my painting, to be honest. But, yeah, I don't know if I want to go much darker than that. Splattering a little bit. I don't know, man. Just having some fun. Don't judge it yet. I'm not done. Yeah, not too happy with that edge there. I wish I could wanted to meld those together a bit more. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but spray some of this arch. It just seems too, a lot of it's just too I mean, it's supposed to be sharp, but it's like, I don't even know if it's going to soften anything, but we'll see. Maybe it'll soften a little bit and meld some things together. At least. But yeah, I think I might take the tape off of this one. I don't know that there's not much more I want to do with it. You know, it's a little crazy colors and stuff going on. Pretty soft. Everything's pretty soft back here. I like the depth back here. It's pretty nice. You know, not like my greatest work ever. Not my greatest work ever, but not the worst work ever either. It's always that, I guess, right? Do you ever go back and resume painting after you remove the tape? Yeah, I do sometimes, if it needs anything. Yeah. If I feel it needs something, like I'll go back and fix it for sure, because you get a clear reading with the tape off, you know, you get to really see what it looks like. So let's do it real quick and just see. An hour and 12 minutes in. It's not bad for an hour of painting. You know, it took me 10 or 15 minutes to do the sketch, so. Yeah, I did try to keep some of the underpainting. I mean, I like a lot of what I did there. Yeah, I'm not crazy about it, to be honest. I'm really not crazy about it. I'm trying to figure out what I could do to what can I do? I really like this area up here. It's pretty nice. I think just the shadows here just are too much shadows. Like, I don't know. There's something about it that bothers my mind. The lines are too sharp, or, you know, something's too much. Maybe I've just been looking at it too long. Oh, the trees behind the arch. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you know, I could, and it is darker on the reference, but I kind of like showing the depth. That's what I like about it. That's why I kept it light and soft back there, because I like kind of showing that this is out of perspective, so like these trees are kind of fading back there. That's kind of what I was trying to show. I get what you're saying, Cubs win. But yeah, I think I like having that depth back there, because we don't really have that much depth for the rest of it. We need a compilation of Brandon removing tape. Well, I got a lot of those I could put together. I could make that video. That would be funny. I'd have like 2 people watch the whole thing though. But yeah, what do you guys think about it? Does it need anything? Anything else? The sky's pretty nice. It's actually darker in person. It's a little darker. Something like that. We need more people watching this. Well, yeah. Everybody's slacking today. It's Labor Day, when nobody does any labor. It's a holiday. Enrique says it is done. Oh, thanks, Cubs win. Loved your how not to be good at drawing video humor. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that video for so long, and I was like, I gotta do that one. Because if people don't learn from the actual tutorials, like, all right, I'll tell them, you know what, I'll just flip it on everybody. I'll tell everybody what they should, you know, if they don't want to learn to draw, that's what they should be doing. I am missing blue on the left side. You mean like over here? It's not bad, I don't mind it. If I put anything over there, it's gonna darken it. Thanks, I'd dinos. What do I enjoy drawing the most? You know, animals, stuff like this, you know. All the stuff you see on my channel, I just draw what I enjoy, you know. The art seems very vintage. Yeah, it's good. It's probably like 2,000 years old, so I'm glad to hear that. I got a vintage look to it. Yeah, well, I'm gonna dry it real quick and then we'll take one last kind of critical look at it. What inspired me to pursue an art channel? My love for art. It's not like I just picked, like, oh, I could have done any kind of channel, and I just decided to do art. It's like I've always loved art since I was a kid, so like that's what inspired me. Will you ever do art as a full-time job and quit graphic design? Yeah, I'm working on it right now. I'm working on it. Absolutely. I mean, that's part of the plan. It's just I'm getting there. Every year I'm making more and more money from my art, so it's just hopefully I can just keep going with it, you know. Watercolor idea, dappled light. Have you done redwoods in watercolor yet? Yep, I have. I'll show you some photos in just a second, hopefully. I have some paintings I can show you too, I think. I would think a few of my watercolors have sold that are redwoods. Thank you, Sue Dean. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. What paper are you using for this? This is Arches Cold Press 140 pound. Still a little wet right now. So you can if you check out my website, shaverfineart.com, I have some drawings for sale on there and also some paintings, but you can also see I have some redwood paintings, dappled light on there you can check out. All of my watercolors are on there. There's a page for watercolors, so definitely check those out. You can see all the work I've done so far. I also have a support page where you can donate to me, PayPal, Venmo, or you can buy t-shirts. Check me out on Patreon. Check out the music I make on Bandcamp, music that I make on my own time. And this is what the shirt looks like, the red one, so pretty cool. So, but yeah, I have done redwoods. I don't know if I have any of the redwood ones. Let me go check real quick. If you guys have any other questions, just comment right now. Let me check. Let me go grab my paintings. Take me like 10 seconds, so just bear with me, and I want to show you guys some of the redwood, see if I can have any of the redwood paintings I've done. But yeah, that is a good idea, actually. I ran that time, so it was quicker than 10 seconds, hopefully. Oh, here's one I recently did that I haven't shown. It's on my website, but I haven't shown you guys yet. This is one I did of nighttime in Venice. So that one's pretty cool. It looks more saturated on the camera this time. It's a little bit more gray, but yeah, that one was pretty cool. Also still got this tiger one available. Let's see. Some dappled light redwoods. I don't think I have many left. I've sold a few of those, but I do plan on doing some more. That's really a great idea. Yeah, here's some, not exactly dappled light, but this is one of my first watercolors like last year, late last year, when I started painting larger, like not plein air. Not exactly dappled light. This was, see, I'm still trying to figure out the dappled light, so here's another one. Someone's actually been wanting this one forever, so it's actually sold. But they live in a very, very far away place. They live in Kuwait, so I got to get that out to them. This one, not exactly dappled light again, but you know, just light effect. That's probably the other redwood one that I still have. So yeah, I definitely need to do more dappled light again. I need to really figure it out in watercolor, because I really figured it out with oil paint, I feel like. You know, I did a lot of them, so I need to get them. I think that's all I've done so far, really. Haven't done a lot of redwoods. I've been trying other stuff. I kind of got tired of painting the redwoods, believe it or not. So I got a lot of like Alaska type paintings, mountains. Here's another kind of dappled light that I did. So I'm still kind of playing around with the colors and stuff. You know, I'm not a big fan of this really bright kind of greenish yellow, but you know, it's something I gotta figure out. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So yeah, one of my recent favorite ones, this one I did, and then this Venice one I did. Those are my favorites right now. I really like these. So, oh, there you go. There you guys go. So, oh. What's going on, Philip? Yeah, I got a haircut. Gave myself a haircut today before the stream. Can you draw the Malanchanang place? Where's my list at? I need to get a real sheet of paper and transfer this list. I'll write it down and look it up. Malachanang place. Alright. You should make a compilation and call them Brandon in the Enchanted Forest. Can you do a painting Taj Mahal on your next Watercolor Live? No, not my next Watercolor Live, because I already have, if you go to your subscriptions page, I have them all planned out for this week already. So they're already planned out. But in the future I will, probably. It's Palace, not Place. Okay, Palace. I will update that. Palace. I'm sure I'll find it, for sure. Thanks for that. I was reading it really quickly, so. Yeah, really, this night scene was kind of a struggle. I painted it one night, and then the next day I came back and I added a little bit more blues to the roof and to this water. It was a lot lighter and stuff, so I kind of really darkened that down. But I got the light effect really well. I'm really happy with how the light effect came out. I feel like the sky could have been a little bit darker, but that was the first thing I did, so you know how that goes. Sometimes it ends up being too light, so not perfect, but yeah, I really like the vibe of it. It's really different. It's something different than I've done, and I'm learning to like really push the temperature to get that effect of night and kind of the cool, you know, warm against the cool really shows it to be dark and night and stuff. So yeah, that one was a lot of fun. I want to try do more stuff like that. Definitely want to keep doing more architecture like this. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm actually not a fan. I'm not a fan of how soft I went here, to be honest. It makes it look a little too realistic, believe it or not. I wish it was more hard edges, more sketchy. I feel like we need more hard edges to kind of, so this kind of fits, it kind of sticks out from everything, you know what I mean? But it kind of, I mean, it is good to have the contrast, like, you know, soft versus sharp and stuff. Have you ever drawn a hot air balloon scene? I downloaded some photos. I was thinking of doing that, actually. I was just thinking yesterday to start painting like a bunch of hot air balloons. Like, that would be pretty cool. I haven't really seen people paint hot air balloons or anything. I mean, I'm sure people out there have. I've just never seen it, so I was like, that could be pretty different. Is that Venice recent? Yeah, really recent. That was like my most recent watercolor. I did that this past weekend. I don't know if the photo is recent, but the that painting I did, yeah, that one was recent. Both of those architecture ones I showed are recent. All right, folks. Well, you know, I'm not a fan of this one. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure what it needs. It needs more something. It needs more something. Maybe like branches and stuff. You know, it needs like some sharper things in the rest. But maybe that's just me. You know, maybe it needs some sharp bushes and stuff. I don't know. Maybe this is fine. Maybe it looks cool. You know, it's not the greatest composition to begin with. My thing is like dead center. I kind of knew that anyway. I knew it was just kind of a sketch. You know, I'm just playing around. But sheep in the field. Something inside the arch at the back. Yeah, I mean, what could I really put back there? It's kind of at an angle. It's more of I need more sharpness somewhere else. But sheep in the field. That could be cool. Like have some sheep here. I'd have to use some opaque watercolor. I could do that. Hello, Sylvia. What's going on? Thanks for watching with your mom, Philip. I appreciate that. But yeah, sorry the stream's pretty much over now. But unless I can figure out something to add to this, I feel like there needs to be. I just don't want to put too much detail, and I don't want to. You know, I don't want to distract from this by putting in more detail. So I'm kind of torn. Get it? Like paper, I'm kind of torn. Torn like this thing is about to be. Nice. Oh, okay, you're visiting her. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense now. Is there a way to manipulate the atmosphere at this stage? Sharpen some of your trees? Yeah. Well, what do you mean manipulate some of the atmosphere? I could sharpen some of the trees. Let's just see. Let's see. At this point, any tips for new people drawing? Yeah, draw more. That's my tip. Draw what you're interested in, draw a lot. Because I already know you're probably not, so. Draw more, have fun, learn more, draw more, learn more. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can finesse this just a little bit more. A little bit more. Just a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy or anything. But let's, because at this stage, more colors you start adding, it's just going to get muddy. You know, it's not going to get better, you know. So I got to just be careful here. And I may ruin this one, you know, I may ruin it, but at least I tried. Yeah, I mean, go on my channel. I got tons of drawing videos already. Just go and watch the drawing videos if you want tips. It's not that difficult. You got to just search for it. Got to be willing to search, man. You got to do help. You got to do stuff on your own. Help yourself. I mean, look what I'm doing every day. I'm doing these live streams every day. I'm painting and drawing every single day. Like, just do what I'm doing. I mean, don't live stream. You don't have to live stream, but like, you know, draw and paint every day. It's not that difficult. It's really not that. I mean, it can be difficult, but it's not. Oh man, I got some more splatters in the sky. Didn't really want, but that's okay. We're going for it. We can make some little lines too, growing. Stuff like growing, you know what I'm saying? How do you ruin a ruin? Yeah, I'm about to do it. About to do it right now. Ruining a ruin. There we go. Just need to soften some of them that I put down. But I feel like it looks better now. I don't know, man. I don't know. I still feel like we need... I'm going to try it. It might be too much, but I feel like we just need like... All right. It's hard to see that. I know. There you go, guys. Brighten it up a little bit. There we go. I don't know that did anything. Maybe it helped. It kind of helped, I think. I feel better about it anyway. Because I feel getting it a little bit darker made the ground look a little bit lighter. So maybe that helped in a way. Yeah, that's usually where I get all my photos. I get them on Pixabay. Or I use like, there's another one called Morgue File, I believe. I know it sounds depressing, but it's not really. I don't know why they call it Morgue File, but... I'm gonna end this one soon, guys. Just hang in here with me. I'm just kind of seeing if I can soften some things. Lighten some things up, but yeah, I think it's a little bit of sharpness back there. I really think really helped kind of it kind of, you can relate all these edges to this thing now, you know, because there are soft edges and stuff in this as well. So we kind of have a blend, you know, more cohesive blend maybe. I don't know. Possibly. I don't know. I feel like we need more lost edges on this arch as well. It kind of bums me out that it's so sharp everywhere, but it's we have a lost edge there. That's pretty nice. You know, maybe this could be like softer here or something. I want to show that this thing's like kind of being overgrown, you know, like it's part of the earth, kind of, you know. It's not just, I didn't just paste it on the paper, you know. There we go. I feel better about that. I feel better about that. Thanks, Kashika. I appreciate it. What's a rally bike? I don't know if I'd be able to do that. It sounds complicated. I'll write it down though. I'm open to different ideas, you know. I'm open to anything. I might be in the right mood one day and I'll just end up drawing something or painting something. I'm doing some gouache on Friday, so that's going to be different. We're going to use some tone paper, painting on opaque watercolor on tone paper. Should be pretty interesting. Something I've never done on the live streams yet. So, and I haven't done gouache in almost a year, so it should be interesting. Well, anyway, guys, yeah, I don't know that there's anything else I can really do with this one. Ooh, I like that, Philip. I like that. I appreciate that. Hopefully she finds something interesting on there. If not, it's all good. No pressure, of course, but I appreciate you guys checking it out at least. Got all my art on there now, so. Anyway, guys, I don't really know what else to say. This one came out well, I guess. I could always sit here and keep finding things that just bother me, and I'd keep trying to change them, but I feel at some point I gotta just call it the end, you know, call it whatever. And as I keep adding more stuff. You know, we got little leaves growing and stuff, man. It's nature. We gotta make it look, give it this natural look to it. Stuff, kind of got that idea from my drawings I've been doing. Little dots and stuff, you know. Kind of helps. Might be overdoing it, but looks a bit more atmosphere. There's stuff going on, you know. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, glad you could catch the end, Philip. I appreciate it. But anyway, guys, I think I'm pretty much done with this one. I'll give you guys a look at it from far away, different kind of view, you know. So I think it's pretty good. We got a really strong read on those shadows and the dark accents. I think it came out pretty well overall, you know. Really nice atmosphere to these wet into wet trees that I don't ever really do much. But yeah, I think they came out pretty nice. Yeah, it just takes practice, Dragon Souls. Just practice and consistency. Consistency is important, man. Consistency and practice, you know. Yeah, it's honestly, it's a lot. It's not as saturated as it is on this camera. It's a little bit grayer. It's not as saturated here. I mean, there is some saturation there. It's not super gray, but this webcam kind of really boosts the color and stuff a bit, and I can't help it, you know. There's no way for me to fix the color and its exposure a bit, But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Greatly appreciated. Be sure to check out my website, as Philip's mom is doing right at this moment. Greatly appreciate it. Got a bunch of drawings on there. They're selling out as well, as also my watercolors. Have some gouache paintings on there as well. So definitely check all that out. And like I said, I have a support page. Check out my music or something. Give it a listen. Maybe buy a track or something. You know, give me $1, whatever, if you feel like it. But anyway, one last look. Here you guys go. Pretty nice. So anyway, I will catch you guys tomorrow. We got, I think, critique tomorrow. So check out your subscriptions page on YouTube. You can see all the stuff that's scheduled for this week. I already got them all scheduled. Have a good night or good day, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.